My parlay people, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if you're a first time viewer. We're going to start with a whole rant on the NBA, National Blowout Association, National, I don't even know, Break Your Bank Association, just Destroy Your Life Association. It's just been utterly disgusting these last couple days in the NBA. And honestly, let's talk about one player and one player in particular, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, I could talk about so many players last night who played like ass, including Zubac. Zubac, I would never bet you to get 5 points ever again. Jesus Christ, you started off the season dropping like 15, 20, 22, 27, 20. You can't even score fucking 10 points on Rudy Gobert. Bro, y'all motherfuckers who can't score on Rudy Gobert, you're banned. I don't care. Oh, Rudy Gobert, the first player. Nah, bro, I've watched Rudy Gobert get cooked all season long. Nobody can convince me that that man is going to defend you one on one and you can't score. That's just you being ass, bro. That's just 100% a fact. But Anthony Davis, always disappointed. Mr. Always destroying parlays, always disappoint, always distracted, always dumb. I am sick of you, bro. I am sick of you. I am so done with you. Lakers lost by 41 points after losing by a whopping 29 to the goddamn Timberwolves. And let's just say this. The Heat haven't been playing great this season. The Timberwolves haven't been playing great this season. And the Lakers got blown out by both of those teams. That's ridiculous. And honestly, like I said in the last video, I think all Lakers props are banned. LeBron had a good night last night. I don't care. I love LeBron. I'm a big LeBron fan. But when you're getting blown out by 30, the starters are most likely not going to play the fourth. I am not picking none of your player props no more. You boys are ass cheeks. Trade LeBron at this point. He's 40 years old. Get him to a team that can actually win because he don't deserve to carry another team at 40 years old. This is so ridiculous. Anthony Davis scored a whopping 8 points after his great performance against Timberwolves, scoring 12, which right now it seems like if you want to take Anthony Davis to score any points, take him to score 5 because he'll definitely get you 5 points. Bro, LeBron James has a streak 20 years over 10 points. Anthony Davis is 6'11", 260 pounds, 200 whatever fuck pounds he is, and he can't get you 10 points? Time to start learning Chinese, buddy. But last night in the NBA, it was a bad night. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a horrible night, bro. I mean, Zubac couldn't even score 10 points. There's blowouts left and right here and there. It's like nobody wants to compete. It's around that time. It's almost Christmas time. And nobody wants to compete. It's so ugly to watch. I hate watching games where James Harden has 3 assists. That should never be a game like that. There should never be a game, and this is why I'm fading American players for the rest of the month because of the fact that these American motherfuckers are out here selling slips left and right, but the foreign people are doing their damn job. I'll say Zubac, I don't count him as foreign. He plays for the Clippers, so I don't count anybody who plays for an LA team as anything. I'm banning all LA teams for the rest of the year indefinitely until they show me something. But let's get into today's board. We're going to talk about the games. More than we're just going to talk about the props that I like today. There's 5, I think, that I specifically like a lot in the early games. And then there's one prop that I like for the later games. And we're going to get right into it. All right. And by the way, we're using Prop Madness, which is one of the best sports betting apps that I have found. This, and we're using Outlier as well. Outlier helps with matchups as well, but Prop Madness gives you a lot when it comes to scoring props, and I like it a lot for that. And so let's talk about first game of the night: Nikola Jokic versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Which this matchup definitely is going to be a harder one for Joker. Definitely going to be probably his toughest matchup of the year. And as of 23-24, it was one of his hardest matchups with his point prop against this team. And overall, he hasn't scored over 28.5 against this team since 2022. So what we're doing today is, I wouldn't say it's much of fading Joker just fading his points because I think he does have a good day assisting the ball and rebounding. But when it comes to scoring inside this painted area, look at this Cavs team ranking 6th and ninth in the two areas where Joker scores the most. He does score somewhat from outside of the perimeter, but they're ranked 15th in defending that. So unless he's going to step up and take these shots in this area right here, which I don't expect him to because we got Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley crowding that painted area, it's going to be a bad night for Joker to score the bucket. I think the only one that could be a good look today would be Aaron Gordon if you want to go an over points on this Nuggets team. But as you can see, we'll even go to outlier for this one against this team, head-to-head matchups, which you could see it there too. But head-to-head against this team when it comes to points, he went under this line both times last year. And in 2023, he was actually under this line 44%, so 40 out of 91 games. So this year he has been a little bit over. He's been killing it. He killed the Warriors last night, but not last night, the other night, but that was a game we went with his over points and rebounds, which was a really good look. But today is just going to be a very, very much tougher matchup against this Cavs team. As you can see, they rank number 1 in points allowed to the center position. I mean, they are stuffing centers left and right. They have two of the best rim defenders down there, Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. They will be crowding that paint and not letting Joker take over this game. And I think this is a game the Cavs could low-key blow these boys out. Let me take Darius Garland off. I was just looking at some stats for a lot of people. But this is a game that I see that the Cavs could blow the Nuggets out just because how the Nuggets been playing lately. They haven't been that dominant of a team. They almost lost to the Warriors, and if it wasn't for Joker going crazy in the fourth quarter, they most likely would have lost, especially with how Jamal Murray's playing and that overall team play. I just don't like how they're playing basketball right now. But Cleveland has been very consistent this year. They've only lost 3 total games. 1 was to the Celtics and 2 to the Hawks. But the Hawks have been playing up to competition, like I said. And yesterday I took the Hawks +4 on the spread against the Bucks because the Bucks coming off a back-to-back. It was a good look. The one pick that I messed up was the Clippers on a back-to-back, thinking that they're going to compete with the Timberwolves. I just don't trust the Timberwolves right now, but I guess now we can kind of look at Timberwolves to play a little bit better now since the last 3 games. But they did the same thing where they went on a good stretch of winning games, and then they go back, and then they just shit the bed. So I don't really like the Timberwolves still. But as you can see, this head-to-head matchup with Joker versus this team, they're number 1 ranked in defending the center position. I think this is a good time to fade that points being so high, especially his points are very inflated because of how he's been playing and how he dropped 38 against the Warriors, 30. He's been averaging 30 points this season. So this is a good buy the under spot in this game just because the matchup does scream that the Joker will more than likely not hit his 30-point line. I mean, this season he's hit the 30 points 9 out of 16 times, so that's a 56% hit rate. So we can definitely, look for a spot for it to fade him, and I think this is a good spot too. If you want to take an over in this game for a Joker, I think his assist prop might be a good look. I mean, they have him at 8.5. I would bump it down to 7.5 or 6.5. I know it's a little bit juiced, but it's more of a sure shot that he's going to get it. I mean, against his team, he had 7 and he had 16. So this game that he went against Cleveland that he had 7, it was a blowout. Like I said, they lost by 12, and he only played 28 minutes because I play Joker in the fourth when you don't really have a chance to win. So definitely like Joker's under in points today. Maybe take his rebound prop if, like I said, you want to take it over, but I would bump it down if I were you to 9.5 or maybe even 8.5. Take a little parlay play, a parlay piece, because I mean he will get to 10 boards. But if he's not playing the full game because they're getting blown out by the fourth quarter, I don't see him getting over 10 boards. So 10 boards will be a good look. He had 18, but I think in this game, they were at home. So it's a lot different of a story when they're at home. The Nuggets play better at home. That's just how they've been. And now let's go to the next game. And this is basically an all foreign slip because if it ain't foreign, it's boring. And all these American players, like I said, they can go eat a fat one. They want to ruin Christmas, and guess what? I won't let them. And so today we're taking Luka Doncic, which is a plus money play. And I like this play a lot. And so I love seeing plus money, especially an assist prop against the Wizards. And if we're going to look into the stats, I know this is gonna look a little ugly. It's gonna look a little ugly, but not too ugly. If we can find Luka on outlier, let's look at this. The assist prop. So the Wizards are the 24th ranked team in allowing assists. They allow 27.6. But we see here to the point guard position, they're 17th ranked, which is still pretty good for Luka. They're allowing 8.6 per game. The one thing I would say is Luka Doncic is not all these other point guards they went against. Luka is built different. He's been different, and I mean they're letting 7.3 assists to the shooting guard position, where Luka plays basically the guard role, which is point guard or shooting guard. So I take this with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, Luka will be the main ball handler on this team, and he will be the one dishing the ball. And if we go to props madness and we see the points differential and where they are the worst at defending, it's right here in the painted area. Right there, 26 ranked, and right there on the outside. So Luka can have a good scoring day, but because I believe it's going to be a blowout, my favorite prop for him would be his assist prop, just because if in a blowout potential, I feel like Luka's not going to look to score. I think he's going to look to pass more. And if you can see, Kyrie Irving, he scores mostly out there. You know what I'm saying? PJ Washington scores mainly out here. You know what I'm saying? And he gets it inside too. But we got Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, who's going to be key pieces in getting the ball inside. I think Luka looks to dish it to all these guys. PJ, Kyrie, Daniel, all of these guys are good picks. Klay Thompson, I'm fading him for the rest of the year. I don't give a damn. Look at this. Last game he had 4 points. He only took 5 shots. Like, dude, some of these American players, bro, I can't even stand to look at their stat sheet no more. So Luka, I like his assist prop today. If you do want to take his points over 28.5, I just think it's a little bit too high because they have blowout potential. He might not get that high of a number of points just because of the blowout, or he could be dropping 30 in the first half, and then, everything's fucking dead in the water. But if you see his assist prop, the first game he came back, he had 13 assists. This game against Memphis Grizzlies was a matchup where you wouldn't want to take Luka's assist. His point prop was the prop to take, where his points, rebounds, and assists was the prop to take. But in this game, I would rather take his assist because it's against a bad team. And as you can see, the head-to-head matchup last year, he did hit this line both times. He had 10 assists and he had 15 assists. One, they won by 8. The second one, they won by 13. You see with Kyrie Irving on the court, he definitely assists the ball more with Kyrie Irving on the court than Kyrie, obviously. So let's say play games with Kyrie. Games with Kyrie, he's out here doing it. Games without a certain player, let's say Najee Marshall's not playing. Let's just say he just assists the ball more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, that's really irrelevant, Najee Marshall not being in. But Kyrie having all these key role players in the game, like Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, I just think it's a good spot for Luka to get assisting, man. And you see they're only allowing 22.3 points allowed to the point guard position. I mean, the shooting guard position, where Kyrie is going to be most likely playing, they allow a lot of points. So I think Kyrie's point prop will be good today, but I like Luka's assist. And you see they're allowing the most to the center position. So I love Luka to dish the ball inside of Gafford or Lively. If you want to take Gafford's points or Lively's points, it's the only reason I would say be skeptical about it is because of the fact that they split minutes. I hate that for them. But head to head, Derek Lively had a day, and head to head, Daniel Gafford against his team. This is his old team. Head to head. Wait a second. What the hell? This is how much they played him? Nah, he was on the Wizards last year. But head to head, I'm pretty sure that he had a good day against them. I mean, look, 16 points against them last time they played, but they were missing Derek Lively. So this game they will have Derek Lively. So I expect Derek Lively to have a good game. As you can see, he had 17 the last time they played, and just because of how many points they allowed to that center position, Derek Lively has been playing up to 25 minutes a game, as we can check. But my main play is Luka's assist, and that's why I like it, because I believe they're going to get the ball inside and get some buckets. But the next game I like is the Kings versus Grizzlies, and we're going with Domantas Sabonis to get his points and rebounds and assists. I got it at 37.5. Which, as you can see, this season he has been absolutely destroying this line in 2023, 2024. I mean, destroyed that line. 19 out of 30. I think it's extremely low for a player like Sabonis, who does it all just like Joker. To have it at 37.5, which was what Luka was at for his points and assist prop alone. I mean, it's just extremely low to somebody who can get 20 boards on any given night. I mean, if we see his head-to-head matchup against his team, like I said, 21 boards, 26 boards, and 18 boards. And when I looked at the stats, I was like, so was Jaren Jackson playing? Like, who was on the court at this time where he did this? Where he scored got all these rebounds. And guess what? Jaren Jackson was on the court. You know what I'm saying? Jaren Jackson was on the court. You know what I'm saying? Their rebounders were on the court. And they just can't stop my boy Sabonis, bro. My boy got a hard on for rebounds. And I mean, I know the stats don't look too good against the center position. I mean, points, rebounds, and assists in general doesn't look good against this team or the center position. But when we go into Prop Madness and we look at where they struggle at, they are only 22 ranked in that down low spot where Sabonis will get most of his points. So Sabonis is good at shooting out here in the perimeter as well. As you can see, 7% of his shots, 17% of his shots this season has come from outside the perimeter. And 19% from here, and 55% is in that green area. So they rank 16th this year in that painted area, which I take with a grain of salt. They had Zach Edey down there for most of the season, and Zach Edey is not going to be there to defend that painted area. And as you can see, the last couple times they played, 13, 20, 25, and they're still looking at Sabonis as the number 2. I don't think DeMar DeRozan has taken that role and done anything special yet. I mean, you could take DeMar DeRozan's points today. I think that might be a good look. But more than anything, I'm taking Sabonis all day today to just do his thing. Points, rebounds, and assists-wise, you can see last year, 46, 51, 48. Absolutely wrecked this line. Like, absolutely destroyed this line. So we're looking at a good spot for Sabonis, having this line so low against this team. You know what I'm saying? They're going to bump this up to probably 39.5 by the time game time starts, because I think that the books kind of know that was an extremely low line to give this man. Because 37.5. I got it early in the morning, like at 7 in the morning. They bumped it to 38.5 before I even blinked my damn eye. So Sabonis's line this year is a really, really good pick for 37.5. I don't know why they have it so low. As you can see, 2024, he's hit this 14 out of 20 times. Like I said, this is an extremely low line for somebody that's blasting through it and getting at least 39. The books are being very favorable to us today. I don't know why, but I like it a lot. I like this spot for him. And if there's another spot in this game you want to go for on the other side of the ball, we have to really look into it. So I don't really have much more plays than that. Sabonis is my main play for this. So I'm not going to really give you more plays that I haven't even looked into myself. And then my next play of the day would be, because Wembanyama's out, Nikola Vucevic, points and rebounds today. Let's go to 2003, 2024. Let's see his head-to-head. What I did is I bumped him a little bit down. I took his 15 points today. If you want to take him over his regular line at 19.5, I just think that's a little bit too high for him. I took it all the way down to 15 because Hard Rock, they only give you the option for 15. Wish you could take like 17. I would take 17 for him today. I think he has a pretty good game against this matchup. But as you can see, as I pulled up on Outlier, Vucci, without players on the court named Wembanyama, head-to-head, 24 points, 16 boards last year against this team, January 13, 2024. So he had a beautiful performance against them. And as you can see, against the center position, even with Wemby on the court, they're allowing 19.9 points per game to the center position and 11.5 rebounds to the center position. That's for both the backup center and the center that's currently, on the floor. But as you can see as well, the opposing defense in that painted area where Vucci does his work, 18th ranked. 29% of his shots coming from there. And then they're 8th ranked right here in the area right before the free throw line. But to me, I don't really care for that because, Vucevic can shoot some threes, which they rank 22 in stopping three-point shooters. So I like Vucevic to have a good day today. And as you can know, he's not American, so he most likely is going to play consistent throughout the year. But also his rebound prop against this team without Wembanyama had 16 boards. 2 times he had 16 boards. I think Wembanyama was playing this. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Yeah. So Wembanyama was playing this game, but still got 16 boards. I bumped it down. They have a 10.5. I bumped it all the way down to 9 because I did a parlay piece. Basically, 9 rebounds, 15 points for Vooch. I think that's a good play. But I also have a play with his points and rebounds. I think I got it at 30.5. Let me check. Yes, I got it at 30.5. It's favored when I got it, minus 125. I think it's a really good play to play him at this line, 30.5. That means 20 points, 11 rebounds, or 15 points. You know the thing. But 2023, 2024, as you can see, the hit rate is 13 out of 22, but the last 2 games he has been clearing this line. And against the Boston Celtics, I mean, inside they've been struggling. So, I mean, but he's done this against teams like the Grizzlies. He's done it against the Pistons. He's done it against the Cavs, who were really good inside. You know what I'm saying? So he's done it against some teams that have been pretty good on the inside interior defense. I mean, he did it against the Bucks. He did it against the OKC Thunder. I mean, this is just a good spot for Vooch because, I mean, the matchup just howls at me that he's going to score and also just get his rebounds because, you know, he's going against Zach Collins down there. Don't think there's really much other rebounders except for Jeremy Sohan or Sochan, that can really stop Vucevic from getting his boards props. So that's what I like a lot. So right now I'm going to recap so far. Nikola Jokic under 28.5 points tonight. Luka Doncic over 7.5 assists. And then we're taking Nikola Vucevic points and rebounds over 30.5. And then Saboner, my boys, 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists is PRA. And then I have one more play for this day, which is my boy Jakob Patel. I don't even know how to say his name, but guess what? I fucking love this guy. So we're taking his rebounds today. I took it at the 10.5. I think it's a good matchup. I mean, let's see what he did last year. He had 12 boards against the OKC Thunder, but this is with Chet on the floor, which Chet is a pretty decent rebounder. But he's going against Isaiah Hartenstein, which Isaiah Hartenstein, he is a good rebounder, but he's not really someone who's going to stop the other opposing center from getting rebounds. So I like this line for him at 10.5 to get 11 boards. I mean, this season he's hit this line 12 out of 22 times. So I like it a lot. I mean, it's favored at minus 135. That's why it's a little bit of a parlay piece for me because it's a little bit juiced. But I like him to do his thing today against this Thunder team. They're a little bit smaller on the inside. I mean, like I said, Hartenstein is the only one that's going to be down there competing it with him with the boards. And I mean, even with Scotty Barnes on the floor and everybody in general, he's still going about getting his rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Scotty Barnes is on the floor. He's still getting 10. With Scotty Barnes, he had 11 against the Heat, 10 against the Heat. He only had 8 against the Pelicans, but they destroyed the Pelicans, so he didn't really have to do anything in the second half. But you see, against great teams like the Cavs, who are good rebounding against the center position, he had 19. I think this is going to be a closer game, obviously with the Thunder in them. But the Raptors have been playing great at home, so I like the Raptors in a spread spot today. If we're going with picks, when it comes to games, I like the Cavaliers to beat the Nuggets, Mavericks minus 10. I like the Knicks minus 5. You know what I'm saying? I think they can be a close game. The Hornets have been playing well, but mostly at home. So I like the Knicks today. And I like the Raptors plus the spread. So if we look at this game's on Outlier, the Raptors spread is at plus 9.5. I actually like that for them. I think they keep it within 10 points against the Thunder. Yeah, the Thunder has been lights out this year and lights out in the last couple games. But Toronto has been playing up to competition and playing better at home. So I really like this spot to buy Toronto's plus 10. Knicks are minus 14.5 against the Hornets. I think you can take the Hornets spread if we have that line at plus 14.5. I mean, the Knicks did just blow out the Magic. I'll give them that. But the Hornets do score well where the Knicks lack defense, which is out there in that perimeter on that pick and roll ball handler with like someone like Brandon Miller who can put up some points. I mean, at the end of the day, Knicks minus 14.5 is just a little bit too much for me. They're not the damn Boston Celtics, so I would rather take the Hornets on the spread in that situation just because, you know, I don't like to, you know, take a team minus, I mean, unless it's the Wizards, minus 14.5 is too much points. But this against the Spurs, no Wemby, I'm low-key I'm still on the Spurs winning this. I think Spurs money line would be a good pick. And then for this game, if we're gonna take a pick, I think we're gonna take Memphis money line. I like that a lot. And then Phoenix, obviously on the money line. And then I would take Golden State on the spread. But honestly, I see Houston winning this game, especially in a bounce back spot after losing to the Sacramento Kings in the last game. So I like that a lot. And so Potel is my last pick for the earlier games. And then I got one pick for this Rockets versus Warriors games, which hear me out, okay? Head to head, 14 points this year against the Warriors. And he head to head last year at 30 points and 19. So Alperen Sengun today. So we've been low key fading his points prop the last couple of days, and it failed miserably because he's been scoring his ass off. Bro is a bucket, man. I can't even lie. I can't fade him no more. What we like about today's matchup is they're going against the Warriors without Draymond Green. So as you see, the Warriors do allow less points in the paint than you would expect for a team that's very small. But head to head, 14, he had 30 one time and 19. And this is why we like this matchup for him to go over his points prop today. Not just because the last 5, he's been pretty good. I mean, 24 his last game, 20, 22. Maybe take his under just because sometimes he does fade the 23. It's like he hates fucking scoring 23 points or something. Because look, as you can see, he's only went over this line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this season. But the reason why I kind of like the over is because when you look at the head-to-head matchup, Draymond's out today. And the only game he scored 30 on him, Draymond was out. So when I look at that, I'm like, that might be a little bit interesting. That might be really interesting. And we can see with Kevin Looney on the floor and Draymond out, that was the game he dropped 30. So if we're going to fade Alperen Sengun today, I would rather fade him against somebody like Sabonis, who does dominate down there in the paint. I mean, this defense is number 2 ranked down there in the paint in that area, but he scores right here in this area as well. You know what I'm saying? And they're ranked 30th in defending that area. And you've seen Nikola Jokic just go absolutely bonkers in that fourth quarter without Draymond there. So this spot, I might take Sengun's over in points. It's kind of a 50-50 bet right now for me. I don't know whether I like it or not, but the one thing I do like a lot for Sengun is his rebounding prop today. That's one of the lines that I like a lot. They have him at 10.5. I bumped it down to 8.5 because I'm a bitch. Let's just be honest. But I like this as he got the rebounds the last time. The same game, he had 13. He had 10 against Draymond that one time. And so we like him to get 8 boards today. 8 to 9 boards, I think, is a good play for him. I think you can bump it to 9. To 10.5, I just hate taking that extra bump of 2 rebounds, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's a blowout, he's not going to get it. But I think even in a blowout, he can get 8 boards or 9 boards. So definitely I like Sengun's rebounds today. His points are a 50-50 bet for me. But as you can see, the stats without Draymond Green, it looks so good, man. 30 points the last time, and that was last year. And he's been playing better this year. So I think this is a good spot maybe to take Sengun over that point line, especially at the minus 103 mark. But that's up to you. And tell me what you think in the comments down below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And we'll be back tomorrow with more videos. I might drop an NFL video for tonight. There are some plays I really do like for today's NFL slate. But until next time, I mean, NBA has been nothing but tragic. Nothing but ass. And that's just how this week has gone. It seems like the first week of every month, the last 2 months have been pretty bad in the NBA, except for the opening week of NBA. But that's just how I'm viewing it now. And I'm taking my foreign players to do their thing today. And that's what I like the most. The only person that I'm fading right now is Joker. But that's just because the matchup does show that not a lot of centers are scoring on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I like that under a lot. So tell me what you think in the comments below. What are you taking? What are you fading? What do you like today? And we'll be back with more NBA props and NBA rants. Until next time. Peace.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.